Good evening, gents. Game week 31 was a particularly eventful week because most ties were very, very close going into the final days. Also, Greta, aka Brian, Greta Thunberg, aka Jimmy, finally paid the 40 beans that he stole from the lads back last year. There was enough pressure put on from the rest of the lads. He felt bad, thought he was going to get away with it, but he didn't. Everyone lent on him. He's coughed up his beans, so I'm happy, really happy to say he's coughed that up, and he just owes his apology video now for throwing his toys out the Iran, having a little cry, a little meltdown. But getting on to the more important things, which was the tie. So first up, we had Colon versus Desperate Dan. This was a close tie, but both canny underperformed. 95.75 from Desperate, Colon 81.5. Desperate's defence pretty much was his steady Eddies, 10.5 from Saar, double digits Laporte, double digits Matip. In fact, he didn't even play enough players. He started Tahini. Tahini is out for the season, I think. But big Johnny McGinn and Ollie Watkins, I think, got a last minute goal, I think. He pulled in 19 points, pretty much did it. Colon didn't have a great weekend, in fairness. If it wasn't for his Brighton boys, woohoo, I think he would have been in real stook, because Kureka 18.5, Veltman 16, and Pascal Gross 13.5 in a 0-0 draw was his best players. Oh, and Trossard, they were the only ones who got double digits, all four. So, easy win in the end by Desperate, but tour performers. So, going on to the next tie. Peaky and De Bruyne's, aka Plops, versus Gabe's Scranton Stranglers. So let's see who the movers and shakers were in this tie. Plops lost the tie with 82.75 points. Gabe nearly got into treble digits, 98.25. But there was a midgie's dick only going into the final games, if I'm correct. Basically, Gabe's gamble of getting Cristiano Eriksen in eventually, after weeks and weeks, has paid off. 21.5 points versus Chelsea is not bad at all. He got a goal, a few key passes in there, but his big performers didn't actually turn up. Salah, not even a shit on target, which everyone have been furious at after the Sky Bet special, 1.5 points. Tommy Soucek, 4 single digits all over the park, really, apart from a couple of defenders. Robbo and Rudiger done a canny good goal, but then got stuffed. And Jimmy Madison assist, and he should have got a goal as well. That cost me a lot of beans. But I mean, when Plops is only fielding 10 in a double game week, he's never going to win, is he? Is he ever going to learn? Who knows? Started Cristiano Ronaldo, wasn't even in the squad. Tony got an assist, and Bruno Fernandes got an assist, and that was pretty much the best that Plops had to offer this week. So Gabe got a point times 3, and he's looking good for top of the league if Jimmy doesn't come through with what's owed, or good sharp bet for second if Gretzky does give his video. So next up, we had 2 horror shows in Cowpat versus Necklace. Paul Necklace was on a great run before this week, and I just think he couldn't be arsed this week, because Cowpat wasn't much better, but he didn't have to do a lot to beat him. I think Cowpat's experience over Necklace's inexperience won it, because Necklace only came in with 63.5 points. Bear in mind, Edison got 13 of them, and Van Dijk got the other 13. You can see shockers all over the shop. Ben White's in minuses. Well, Mane didn't even fucking play. He's got him on zeros. He's, again, only fielded 10. But saying that, so did Cowpat. Basically, Jimmy Ward-Prowse and Raheem Sterling were the ones who wrapped it up for Cowpat. So, decent results for Cowpat. Next up, we have Jimmy Bryan, Greta Thunberg, who beat Steve the Perv's STP United. To be fair, if there was any week to put a bit of pressure on old Greta, this was it. But STP just wasn't up for it. Played Seamus Coleman, wasn't even in the squad. Too reliant on a double game week from Everton, I think. Got it wrong. I mean, Greta managed to actually get a red card and still win. Doesn't often happen. But he just limped over, really. I mean, obviously he got Son and Kane in, cheating the league, getting them to win, is won him that tie. As many of them, they got 41 between them. I mean, they pumped the tune. There's nothing really much more to shout about apart from an assist from Kyle Walker-Peters. That's it. Real poor tie. Actually, let's go back and think about what I predicted STP would be like early on in the season. We've got STP, the only guy to have done both league, bottom of the league, and champion. He's got that accolade in his locker. But the problem with STP is he's relying on old names. He's got in defence, he's got like Kufal, he's got Dixie's Dinner, he's got Chancelo, Dixie's Dinner and Kufala Pasted Pal. They were all target names. They're doing shit for you this season. Need clean shits from them boys. Take a chance on me. Maybe he's decent, but it's not enough to win you the league. It's the same in midfield, mate. What have you got in midfield? Old Tugger legends like Buendia and Pulisic. They are going to do you nothing this season, STP. You need to get rid ASAP. And then who have you got up front? So much dog shit up front. Greenwood, not going to be playing second half of the season. Whoa! Who else have you got? Oh, you got Welbeck, so shit. Benteke, not going to play now. Eduardo's playing. Your team is Pat Pal. Get rid. Which brings us on to the final tie of Game Week 31. The mighty Bukaki Jackies. Former treble, former double, league winner, cup, all over the shop, versus the Trudley Cannons of Tupac. Old Hurricane Holler isn't having a good run of it this season, and he gets over doubled by the BJs. 180.25 versus 75.5. Now, we both play the same amount of players, both managed to field 12, but it was the quality in the 12 where it went wrong. I mean, both keepers got minus points. But the BJs had a lot of goals in the team. Johnny Rubber, he got a goal against Villa. Gomez got an assist and a clean sheet. He was drafted in last minute. Obviously, Kyle Walker got a clean sheet. You know fine well, even with a clean sheet with Kyle Walker, you get single figures, but if there's a clean sheet in there, you'd be DNR'd. I think, who else got a goal? I think Kevin De Bruyne got a goal. Richarlison got a couple of goals. Diego Jota got a goal. Goals galore from the BJs, which obviously got up to 180 points. Even his bench looked kind of like leaving Dejan Kulazulurovic on the bench and assisting 4 key passes. Brave move, but there was only one winner there because the Cannons, other than Lewis Dunk and Jimmy Tarkowski, who's on a double game week, poor. Needs to get some strikers in of some decent quality. Double game week from Calvert-Lewin and he gets 9 points. You know, Dickey got 53 points and I'm probably going to bin him. Food for thought, Tupac. Food for thought. Now let's see what game week 32 has in store. Pablo Beats, Mr. Paul Necklace.